Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the critically acclaimed Yanai Sports podcast, brought to you by our only, our best, our first, our great friends over at Ned's. Now, they've given us an open group on the app. I, on the weekend, was on an absolute Peter. If you happen to follow me, you'd be up 18 JSUs. Make of that what you will. We had some ponies get up. We had same game multis. We had lines just absolutely going off the wazoo.
You know what else we had? Another doggies win, Steve-O. Wow, we're looking red hot. And if we've given you any advice on this podcast, it's that stats don't lie and stats and stars are with us.
And when they align, you cannot ignore it. Otherwise, you're laughing in the face of the gambling gods.
Correct.
AKA Neds. No. So, guys, jump over to the Neds app. We've got the open group up there. It's easy as just pressing the group tab and we're there. Yanai Sports. Jump in. We're active there every day. And all the bets we talk about on the podcast are shared there pretty much daily. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
Go, play! Hello.
You can see why their money just goes like so quick. Like, you imagine you got a 20-man entourage you're taking around the world with you. Like,
Yeah.
that's so much money.
It's a lot of wages, Steve-O.
Fuck, we got one, and I'm fucking
Bro, we've got
and
none.
the hours are on tick.
yeah. How's her on tick?
Yeah, sorry, Lexi.
Intern's got time in lieu coming out the fucking wazoo, brother.
And it'll all come good for him one day.
Yeah.
He's just got to have faith.
Unless we liquidate.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
then he's getting nothing.
He can have the couch.
Then he's getting 100% of zero. He's
Yeah.
zero.
Any update on the couch? Did you
No,
send?
I didn't get there today.
I think the cunt's going to tell you to get fucked.
I don't
first.
give a fuck, cunt. I fucking did that for
That's
fucking...
Steve-O's bread and butter, bro.
Bro, yeah, tell him to get fucked. So just a bit of context, guys. We're using some of my old school door-to-door sales skills and going to try and get a new couch from Fantastic Furniture. I just got it approved by the board today. Just wanted to make sure it was, on brand. Didn't want to just go do my own thing and have cunts be like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
I respect that. He's
Also-
like willing to go do that. For
Yeah,
also
for the
known as
team.
Brando.
That's unreal. I'd be too nervous to do that already.
Oh, no, I think I'll just walk in and be like, this is how it's going to go,
Yeah,
actually. I'll just give you a little like,
paint
run
us
by
a
run.
picture, bro.
Yeah, so
I would wig out. I cannot
You
do
can't
that.
even do a
host read,
I don't even know how you've convinced anyone to play at any of your events. Like, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Oh, not
There's a bit of-
really.
I suppose it's like a professional setting
it's a
where you can be like,
transaction,
"You
though."
can't fucking-"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little different, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, this is my plan. So I'll just walk in, speak to the first guy. Oh, hey, how you going? Yeah, Jack from Yanai Sports. Is the manager in today at all? And they'll be like, oh, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, so and so. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, is it all right if I just have a quick chat to them? And then they'll be like, yeah, okay. And then they come in, like, oh, what's going on? And then I go, hey, yeah, listen, we've got a local podcast in town, and we've recently partnered with some pretty big brands nationwide. We've
Nationwide
got these
brands, yes.
fucked couches we've had for the last 2 years. Our going rate is, blah, 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 which we know what our going rate is. And we get this many views on YouTube. Are you happy to work something out? If not, all good. We're happy to buy some from you, but we just thought we might be able to work something else out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Even if we get a discount, man, it's fucking
Yeah.
better than nothing. Like,
Yeah,
what's the worst
exactly.
he can say is no.
Exactly.
And we go buy
look,
them.
we'd have to take it to head office. Look, all good. We'll still...
Yeah. Give me 3 of those while I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Full
yeah.
retail.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
I like that. I'll be keen to follow that up if you get there between now and next week.
I shall.
For sure.
Very nice. Well, tell us about your weekend, Steve-O. You done a little spontaneous trip down to Sunny Coast, which I feel like was last minute, purely on the fact we were meant to watch UFC together, and then you're putting up
Were we?
snap stories in Sunny
Yeah.
Coast.
When did we organise watching UFC together?
You said, you were up me going, are you right for Thursday and are you right for Sunday, cunt?
I
And
must
I'm
have
like,
just I got like two minds. Like
Oh,
both.
duh.
Yeah, I know.
I'll
Both-
be here at 5:30, bro.
I never said that, guy.
Oh,
So I
my
think at
God,
five-
I've got the
Sorry,
paper trail.
thought
If
you
only those two minds had a synced calendar, he'd know. Oh, actually, I'm fucking
Yeah.
going to Sunny Coast this
Yeah,
weekend.
that's right. They don't sync very often. But, went down to see my cousin's grand final in Union.
Settle.
Settle.
Hello.
So he plays for the Nambour Toads. They just signed up to literally, they didn't know anyone at the club. Him and his housemate signed up to the club at the start of the year. They're like the oldest in the team, full of 23-year-olds. They fucking went hammer and tong against us.
Hammer and Toad.
Hammer and Toad, this whole competition, and they faced off against like the club's mortal enemy, which was the Maroochydore Swans.
And GF, right?
Yeah, in the grand final, yeah.
Yep.
And, unfortunately, like my cousin's roommate, who's like also our like cousin-in-law because he just married into the family recently. That's where the Dragon dancers came in recently. He did his ACL like 20 minutes in.
No.
And, it wasn't good. And, it sort of the momentum swung from there. And, we ended up losing. But the girls played the next day, and it was a fucking cracker game. They fucking end up winning in the last 30 seconds with this,
Wow.
like, elite, just, like, almost mammoth try where they just, like, don't argue, palmed off the defenders. Boom! Slammed it across the line. The whole crowd goes wild. It was really good stuff.
Good redemption. Was that against the club rivals as well?
No,
or
it was
different?
against Brothers,
Gotcha.
Sunshine Coast Brothers, which sucked. Like, because it wasn't like, we got you back, you know. It was like, but anyway,
Is this Union or league?
Union. It was
Union,
Union, mate, sorry, yeah. And I hadn't watched a lot of Union, but fuck, it's a good game to watch. Like, it's such a travesty that in this country we've let it go the way it has. Like, because it is such a genuinely entertaining, flowing game. The line dropouts, the scrums, you know, like, it is good. The one thing I don't like about it is the risk for injury is so much higher. Because, like, at least in league, you sort of, like, hit and then sort of go down and then that's it. It's like a stop and start motion there. But in Union, like, one of the blokes was telling me about the story, like, his knee landed, like, wrong and then, like, people are pushing and just, like,
Bro.
you know, like...
Well, league's fucking carrying on about crusher tackles and shit like that. Clearing a ruck, or like
That's all crusher
worn
tackles.
out,
They
bro,
were saying
that's all it
this
is.
one bloke's
You like
knee-
spear tackling each
Diver
other
in
out.
fucking head first, cunt.
Yeah.
Head first.
So, like, I really feel like, you do have to have a sort of higher either... Like, you either have to have the genetics not to
It's
get
all
injured.
a scam, the fucking crusher tackle. It's a
Yeah.
scam.
It's a big scam.
You gotta have a neck of doom.
You do have to have kind of the neck of doom.
Yeah.
You got to have the fucking Royal Romero fucking neck,
The neck
just
the
fused,
size-
and it just comes out of the head.
Size of a Nambour toad.
Yeah. All that cunt off Harry Potter 1 where he's fucking like the OG Voldemort and his head turns around. It's like a double head. It's like, holy fuck.
Hello.
Yeah, fuck.
Hello.
Yeah,
How
bro.
you
I
doing?
just thinking back to school days when we played rugby, like played that well before I started playing league, and you get like 7 knees in the head and 1 ruck, and like
It was the only time
your
I've been knocked
fingers
out was playing Union.
stampled on, and like
It was insane. So like mad respect to them. Obviously, it's a travesty that the state of Union in this country is fucking abysmal. I'm really hopeful that like that whole saying, strong times create good men create fucking weak times, whatever weak times. I don't know what the fuck it is.
You absolutely fucking nut butchered that
Everyone
cunt.
gets what I'm trying to say, but I'm hopeful that Union in this country isn't fully dead. Like, it will make a return eventually.
Tough times create tough men.
Strong men. Strong
Yeah.
men create good times. Good times create weak men.
Nice.
Weak men
Weak
create...
men
create
weak-
rugby union
Yeah,
rebirth.
weak men create Nambour toads.
Yeah, that's it.
Unlucky Nambour toads.
Speaking of animals, cunt, what the fuck? You put in the chat, frog that walks like a dog.
Cunt, it was a toad, actually. It wasn't a frog. It actually
Not
was a
at
toad.
the fields.
No.
supporting
It wasn't like they had a
Because
little
the script
mascot.
writers would have been rubbing their hands together. The
It wasn't
local
like a little
script
mascot
writers.
toad. The only
And
reason, quick shout out to Ross too from down at Sunny Coast, my uncle. He fucking listens to the pod and he's like, fucking shout me out. And I was after the wedding, I was like, yeah, I will. And then I saw him on the weekend.
He's like, still waiting,
Yeah,
cunt.
he's like, oh, fuck, sorry, bro. So,
Shout out Ross,
Shout out
brother.
Roscoe.
Roscoe.
That's
Cheers,
for you,
Ross.
brother. But yeah, no, saw this toad. It actually, like, I don't
You're
know. It's-
saying when they get up and they
Well, you know when you
toads
look,
do
you
that,
know when you,
bro.
okay, so I was driving along the road, and you know when you see like a toad or a frog, and they just like,
Yeah.
and so you see it go like that. As I'm coming up on this thing, it was like scurrying away like a rat.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, this is a rat coming up. And then as we got close, it was a fucking toad just like walking with
Yeah,
all foot, and
righto.
I was like, whoa.
Well, you just named 4 different. First of all, you did say that verbatim. Frog.
Yeah, I
that
meant toad.
walk like a dog.
I meant toad, yeah.
Okay, so you're a fuck there. And then in your description,
toad, same thing.
In your description just then, you said it was scurrying away like a rat.
Yeah, no, sorry. Like,
So was it walking
Well,
like a dog
okay,
or a
no,
rat?
sorry.
Yeah, that's
So, the size of it obviously wasn't a fucking dog. It was, but it was the movement of a dog, the size of a frog. So
and
I'm
the
thinking,
speed of a rat. It's a fucking.
what was it?
What is it?
What was that cartoon when we were younger where they had the talismans of all the Chinese New Years, and you had the power of the fucking the snake and the it was like American Dragon.
Yeah.
And it was that
I know what you're talking about, bro. Yeah.
Jake the American Dragon or something like that. I swear it's that. Anyway, but no, what I
The
was trying
size of a dog.
No.
And the speed of a rat.
all I'm trying to say is it had the leg motion of a
Yes.
dog.
Well, I have
so it wasn't
seen
like a ribbit.
It's very
Wow.
specific, that
I
description.
have seen a toad like big fuckers.
It was big.
And they're going, but they're not moving like a fucking rat. They're walking like almost half staunch, like
Yeah, like-
all up on their fucking
Yeah, right. Instead of being like doing,
got their back all flattened out, like fucking
yeah,
yeah.
No,
that
well, this
roided
was
up
just
cunt
like
at
this
the
was just
gym.
like walking like a fucking like it was fucking going
like
down
it's in
East
the
Street.
Olympics, 20k
Yeah.
speed walk.
Yeah, it was doing that. I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? So that kind of shook me a little bit.
Fuck me.
Wow, Steve-O. You've got some crazy takes, man.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck is this look at me concept?
That's yours as well, cunt.
What?
You went on a heater
Temptation.
of doom, bro, on the weekend.
I must have been.
No, look at me concept. I think we've already spoken about this before. where you
The science of when you know
where you're
someone's
sitting at a
lying.
restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting
yeah,
there, I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure we use that example. It's like it
Yeah.
specifically happens in restaurants where you're on the other side of the room. There's fucking chaos happening everywhere. Every cunt's fucking having their own conversation. It's 50 tables deep. There's no way that you're even focused on anything else. And for whatever reason, you're just sitting there. You just have a glance around the room. You start sort of focusing on some cunt for whatever reason, not because you're a creepy cunt or a voyeur or whatever, and then just instantly they just break their conversation and turn to you, and you make eye contact. You're like, holy fuck!
I
that's
swear I
weird.
wasn't staring at you.
Yeah.
And for some reason, you thought this podcast was Dr. Carl and Triple J and
Yeah.
thought Steve and I would know the science
Science behind it,
it. But I'm here to break the news, buddy. We have no fucking idea.
I think we actually did bring this up when we were talking about fucking Deb and Jeff's haunted house, because I was saying when you look at when you can feel someone looking in a mirror looking at you, or that's that's
What-
when we actually did bring it up.
So what happened on the weekend, right? Well, no, not the weekend. It happened Monday, maybe. I
You were
think.
at mum and dad's house.
No.
My mum and dad's.
No, fuck you. No, I was driving, and for any New South Wales or ATP police watching this, this is satirical. I drive around
AFP.
with my phone in my hand quite a lot.
Yeah.
Satirical.
Tax
and,
evasion.
yeah, and I've never been done. Like, because just with work, like,
Because it's a joke.
yeah, because it's a joke.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with work, I'm obviously like ringing heaps of cunts and fucking always just like on it while I'm driving. Never been done
On the Bluetooth, yeah.
on the
Yeah.
on the hand tooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as the other day, I pulled up. I was like looking, like, you know how you can tell too when someone's on the phone. Their head's just like this. I'm like- Anyway, I'm just like doing this, looking at it, sending someone a message real quick because we're stopped at the lights, and literally I just went and turned aside, Car pulls up. It's the fucking police right beside me.
No.
They're looking directly in my window. And I think they saw me with the head down and they were like about to get me. But because I just like, as they rocked up, just went like threw it away and just like looked up at them.
Yeah.
But I was like, heaps of cars do that all the time. I drive every day. I never look up into the side. The one time I do it,
Yeah.
it saves me and it's a cop. Like, I
Wow.
mean, satirically, because I wasn't on my phone,
Yeah,
obviously. but-
satirically saves
yeah,
you.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a funny story. But like, there must be I swear, I reckon it's our consciousnesses are on like another level.
Yeah.
And that's why you can like sense ghosts and shit, or like if someone's looking at you, it's almost like their consciousness on this other level is like tagging yours. And then so that makes you go like, and like look at them sort of thing. That's the only thing I have.
Creepy.
No, there is some. It has to be some sort of like energy sort of level because you get those feelings like whether you want to call it a fucking premonition or
And it's not like you have a feeling. You just like, it's like just automatically like, and then like, it's just so fucking weird.
Yeah. I was more saying like when you walk into a room and you meet some cunt for the first time, you're like, fuck, there's something not right about this cunt, or you know, there is some sort of like
Yeah, vibe, energy, instinct sort of thing.
a bit of
And-
fucking woo woo.
And don't dogs pick up when someone's
Yeah.
like a fucking... So that's got to be
Fuck
some
yeah,
sort
man.
of energy-based science.
It's just interesting that, there's this whole other world going on just
Yeah.
below us or above us.
Like looking in a mirror, fucking Nick Politis. Roosters 3
Well,
times.
we'll have to text in Thursday, bro. 0439 75755.
755.
I actually might, just to see what Dr. Carl
Dr.
reckons.
Carl,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because, like-
if he doesn't know, no one knows.
Because let's just, like aside
Heavy
from the
luck,
woo-woo,
mate.
right?
Put down the fucking Chang.
Okay, mate, straight away, put down the Billy. Stop smoking minimal. No, because right, it sounds crazy that there's something supernatural or energy because like we don't have the science for it. But everyone has experienced it.
Exactly.
And there is no logical explanation.
Exactly.
So like that's what interests me is that we have no explanation for that. Yeah.
The biggest takeaway in that whole fucking
Sphere.
realm is, I heard someone explain it in this sense. Just because we can't see it or hear it with our senses that we're limited to, doesn't mean that it's not there. Like a dog can hear at different frequencies.
Yeah, like dog whistle.
Yeah,
You can't
that
hear it.
we
They're like-
can't hear. So it's like that's a prime example of something that's actually real.
Yeah,
that
but we
we
can't.
physically can't hear.
Yeah, can't hear.
And it would be the same with fucking other animals, like you know.
well, think about dolphins and sharks in the water and shit.
Exactly.
They
like
can pick up on like the electrical pulses of the heart or
Yeah.
something. So they've got like a radar system in their fucking body,
like
which is so
Batman
weird.
style.
Yeah, that we use radar when we're in the water. And then like the birds or the foxes that have they have like a sense for true north. Like they can sense the magnetic poles. Like that is fucking, it's crazy.
Yep.
Well, where to go from there? No, let's get
nice Attenborough edition.
nice
Well, it is. I do say this a lot. It is a sports and gambling podcast. So
parody, satirical podcast. Yeah.
Satirical, especially this episode.
Yeah. There's definitely, I've definitely not spoken anything that happens really.
Yeah. Did you watch UFC on Sunday while you're at this rugby union grand final or what? Well, was that on Sunday or what?
Yeah, no, well, typical me, I thought the grand final was on Saturday night. It was on Friday night, so I had to pedal to the metal. Again, ATP, satirical.
ATP.
Yeah. Oh,
AFP.
AFP.
What's ATP?
I don't know. I thought it was AFP.
Be some sort of fucking company.
There'd be some fucking, Australian Tax Office. Fucking
Australian
Professionals.
Transport
Yeah.
Professionals.
Oh, isn't it?
I don't know.
ATP.
I meant AFP.
Aren't they Australian?
ATP.
Like Australian Federal
Tennis.
No. Oh, ATP. Yeah.
ATP, yeah. I meant
But I'm
AFP.
pretty sure there is a Australian taxation.
H&R Block.
No. Fuck me. You'll
Anyway, grand final Friday.
digress.
No. UFC.
No,
Sunday.
that's what I'm saying. Grand final was on the Friday. Then the girls was on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And then I did my old trick, satirical again, AFP, fucking watched it while I was driving on the highway because it's a lot easier to do that. So,
And you would have good service, so I can't.
It actually fucking wasn't too bad, weirdly enough.
I reckon it cut out less than my Crack Streams website. Wow, that was
I was on Crack
satirically,
Streams
that
too.
was cutting out.
Maybe
Yeah.
the key is like keep moving and it fucking is always picking up
I
off
don't
different
know.
towers.
No.
So you get access.
I've driven the Bruce Highway more fucking times than I've had hot dinners, cunt. And I can tell you every single fucking time, it is absolutely pathetic. And I'm going to start a class action lawsuit, not satirically, against Telstra for claiming that they've got 90% fucking coverage of the fucking country because you don't even have it on fucking 90% of the Bruce Highway, cunt. So suck me off.
Well, they'll just come back and say gold pyramids, inu, ninu,
Ninu,
ninu.
ninu.
Yeah.
Lay off the.
Yeah, stop smoking minimal.
Yeah, and they'll say, less to come, buddy.
Nah, that is fucked that they do have a monopoly on that.
How did you think the fights went, bro?
I'm going to ask you, how do you think the fight
Yeah, I
went?
fucking frothed it, man. I loved
you
it,
didn't-
bro. Li Liang got fucking
The leech.
folded by Prataz.
Yeah.
Holy man.
Yeah, the leech fucking
The
got
leech.
pumped.
Give it up, leech.
Did he? I think
He's never been knocked out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Give it up.
Yeah, that is crazy. I
Leech
didn't-
retires.
Yeah, well, did he just come back from a 2-year injury or something like
Yeah,
that? I
he's
swear
had
they were
like-
saying he hadn't fought in a
Yeah,
while.
like spinal fucking hectic shit. Yeah, I don't know.
I broke my back.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Spinal. Yeah.
Give it up, Leech.
Leech dust.
Other highlights, obviously, fucking Dan Hooker, which we were saying on last week's episode.
We did.
He's just a fucking psycho
He's
cunt,
a
man.
psycho.
He was always, and like Gamrot's not about that life. Like
Yeah, not a bit like a hard fight.
Gamrot's
He's
like
super
one of
technical.
these fighters. Like it's a sport.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah, professionalism. Like, I need a fight camp and I need to map how I'm going to fight you. Whereas Dan is still from that old school of like, I will fight anyone, anywhere you throw at me because I'm not scared of anyone.
Yeah,
and like,
I'm not nervous
a fighter.
at all. Like I actually enjoy getting fucking punched in the face,
Bro,
which
that-
he did say to his corner
That
after he's
clip.
busted all up. He's like, grabbed
Oh,
his
it's
coach.
swollen.
He's just like, he's like, I love this shit, boys, and then just started cacking himself laughing. Like,
Genuine glee in his voice, like you can't fake that.
Fake that, I know.
And he was just like, he was like almost in tears of happiness, like, and I could see it. He's just like, oh, I fucking just love this, like
It's insane.
Yeah, and it's just
Psychotic,
like,
eh?
you can see that like he only gets to experience this once, like maybe 3 times a year.
Yeah.
This elation of fucking getting his head punched in
'Cause he
and just
takes
going
such
to war. Like
heavy
he's
damage as well, you know.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
fights
yeah.
very, very
he
sporadically.
fights very scrappy. He fights very much like a street fight. Like it's not very. It is technical, but it's like he could be smart. I don't know. I want to say could be smarter because he's just so tough. But like I love that straight off the fight. He's like, yeah, you can't teach ticker. Like that fight he fought with the fucking broken arm. Like, and he broke it in the first round. Like, just so fucking tough. But
Yeah.
he was paying $390 before that fight on
Yeah.
Sunday and fucking got away with the win. I listened to the Fight Companion as well because Rogan never travels and obviously gets like all these boys on. And yeah, they sort of had a split decision as well. Like 3 of the guys on the panel like thought that it was Dan Hooker, and then like one of them thought it was
Camera.
Gamrot.
Yeah, I was tossing and turning, but at the end of the fight, I did think just slightly that Hooker did win it.
Yeah, they were saying, the boys, they were like, he could go, they were sort of leaning that like Dan Hooker could go on a fucking Charles Oliveira run. And I have heard that Dan Hooker said that he ran into Hunter Campbell after the fight, and they were saying like, yeah, we're going to try and tee up with Charles Oliveira. So for those that don't know, like Charles was sort of always just at this edge, had a couple of losses. They didn't know what they were kind of going to do with him. And then went to some training camp, some new coach, something, got his nutrition down pat. Dustin Poirier did the same thing. Conor McGregor wiped him fucking early on in his career. Dustin's now fucking just a whole different fighter. And Charles Oliveira went through the same thing. He went and figured something out and went on the longest light lightweight streak of all time. Like, just absolutely obliterated everyone in that division.
He found Paulo Costa's fucking
secret sauce, secret
Royce.
juice. Yeah.
That's what he did.
And they were saying that like the boys were real confident and hopeful that Dan Hooker is on the edge of finding that.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
especially his age and everything like that, which is like fucking so exciting for Dan Hooker fans because like that cunt going on a run, like
Yeah.
oh my god, it's what every fight fan's
And
fucking
like
dreams.
that would just catapult him to like superstardom too, because he's Kiwi, so he's got that fucking not American accent. There's
Yeah.
just a foreign accent.
And he, like you said last week, and because we did a little Dan Hooker call over the messages over the weekend, like he says the sickest shit.
Man. I
He's
know.
just got that mouth
Yeah.
for it. And like you said, like I think he just will fight anyone, anywhere. Like I saw a clip last week, literally before this fight, he was getting into it with some fucking fan at the footy at the Warriors game, like throwing fucking beers at the cunt because he was blaring up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, this cunt is just a legit psycho.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you watch the fights, Brando? Oh,
I only
Satirically watched them, yeah.
Satirically watched it on crack screen.
Yeah.
Crack streams.
You watched it on crack. Yeah.
But only the last two. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you saw
Quite
Duplex
car
and-
France.
yeah,
Bro, that's another prime example. Him versus fucking Stevie
Ursig.
boy.
Yeah.
Ursig, Stevie.
Ursig.
Like, he's like for the sport,
Super professional.
teaches kids and stuff like that.
super professional, yeah.
Fucking
Whereas
car of France, man, he's just like this little fucking
just
killer,
absolute
bro.
powerhouse.
Yeah.
13 round one knockouts. DC said to him afterwards, and he famously said, "That's because I'm Maori, bro."
Yeah,
like he just
that's
fucking
so sick, man.
He,
He flatlined that cunt.
yeah, big time. And Ursig, like the boys were saying on the Fight Companion beforehand, like Ursig only had 3 fights in the UFC before he had the title shot, and that, he was close. That one he had just recently.
Well, he's winning the whole fucking
was
thing.
it 301?
I
Usyk
can't
fought?
remember, yeah.
Might have been 302. So he's like fighting quite quickly. But the boys are saying like he is like he's a real big contender coming in the sport. And I honestly think like he only got into fighting because he talks like this and he got bullied really hard.
Yeah.
So like now that like he's got that nerd revenge energy,
Yeah.
I'm fucking seriously scared that he is going to go back into the lab right now for like a year, turn into some fucking serial killer and like either take over the whole flyweight division or take over the world. Like, hey, they laugh at me. They laugh at me now.
Gonna go
Like,
join ISIS or something.
no. He's gonna do his own fucking thing. Like, I'm
ISIS.
fucking, I'm gonna join ISIS. Like, he fucking seriously is fucking, like, I'm scared. That nerd revenge thing is a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, this cunt went on to become almost world champion through nerd revenge. Because he's sitting like this. Like, imagine what happened now. He's got 2 losses back to back. I'm worried.
Speech impediment aside, but
Yeah.
he seems like a really good bloke.
Oh, he's a fucking great bloke.
Yeah.
That doesn't take away from the sashes.
Yeah, like, I kind of want to bully you in his defense.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, right.
In his honor. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't
Oh.
want you picking on him for his speech impediment.
I don't want people picking on him either, but they definitely have, and that's the only reason he's a fucking fighter.
Yeah.
He has got that, like, I want to fuck piece of hell because they bullied me. You know, like, he just, like, has that energy, which I'm all for. Like, spare me, Steve Ursig, when you
Yeah.
decide to do your world domination tour.
And don't spit on me.
Yeah,
Still shooter energy, eh?
Yeah.
So, like, the boys were all teeing him up. So, look, he's had 2 losses, not the end of the world. He's early on in his career. They maybe kind of rushed him a little bit. Yeah, I think he'll come back. He'll go good. On the other note, though, on the other end of the spectrum, fucking Bam Bam, 5th loss in a row.
Yeah.
He's a fan favourite. He never has a boring fight.
What's happened, boys? Yeah.
So he was seriously 1 fight away from a title shot.
Yeah.
Went up against this absolute beast called Cyril Gain from France. Massive big fucking hammer on his chest. Like,
Yeah.
is a fucking pretty sick cunt. And lost that. And then, like, in the UFC, what they do is, like, if you have a loss like that, it's either, rematch, or we'll go back down a little bit. Someone coming up can fight you, and you can either be the gatekeeper, or so it's good how it works, but 5 losses in a row is not good.
It's unforgivable.
Yeah, hang him up, buddy, you dust.
Yeah.
And well,
Where was he at in his career though? Like, I feel like he was sort of still had a fair bit to give, right?
Fuck yeah.
Well,
it's very surprising that he's lost 5 in a row. Most fighters on this trajectory where they maybe rush him a little bit too early, they will go back down like either 1 or 2, get that level back, get that confidence back, break the yips, and then like come back on the trajectory up. But he's kind of continued down. So, and look, Rosenstrike's he's a fucking killer.
Yeah, he's a
So,
beast,
it's
man.
not like he's getting easy fights.
No, for sure.
I just don't know what we do with him. I want to see him win again. I really do.
Just fucking drink West, bro, and just go back to the area with Kid Leroy and shit, I reckon. And just he's got his own brewery and shit. Just go get on the piss, man. Like,
Is it the old adage of like he doesn't need to win anymore? Like, I don't think is he at that level? I don't.
Nah,
I
know what you're about to say, because I think that with Izzy, and I said this last week.
he's not driving around Lambo yachts and shit. Fuck.
Yeah, but is he comfortable enough where he could hang him up, buddy? Because he's dust and
he
can
genuinely
live.
does love it though.
Yeah.
Similar to
go
Dan
fight
Hooker.
cunts back in the street,
Yeah,
man,
maybe
outside
just
your
do that
brewery.
and,
Starting
fuck 'em
your
up.
fucking illegal brewery league.
Just go back to security at Crown Casino, Sydney. Yeah.
If you love getting in scraps, but yeah.
Finally, just on the UFC before we move on,
Hang it up,
the
Izzy.
big duplexes and Israel.
Duplexes.
Group chat.
I was driving when I sent that. No, I wasn't AFP.
Bad name for a fucking block of houses, cunt.
Townhouse duplex. Yeah.
So, old duplexes.
Drickers duplexes.
Drickers duplexes.
Yeah. Versus the old townhouse.
How'd you think that? How'd you
So I
think
said
that?
it last week, and you saw it on the weekend. There's only been 2, and they didn't even lose. They fucking just had it stripped.
Stats don't lie, brother.
That have lost the belt more than twice and come back to win it a third time. Only 2 fighters in the whole of all the champions in the UFC. And I'm not saying he won't win again. I really feel like he showed real good form in those first 3 rounds. But like you said, or Tyler said on the weekend, like he just seemed to lose all energy and willpower and like this drive into going into the 4th round, which was when DDP.
Just something about his chin or something, man. Like, Dricker sucks.
He does suck. I literally have in my notes here. Listen to this. This is the last note I've got here. Duplexis has one of the most retarded fighting styles seen in the UFC. What's next? Sean Strickland, he kind of won last time. DDP wanting Robert next. Very evident.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a shit fighting style.
Yeah. He just looks...
It's ugly.
It's ugly as fuck.
Bro, you see someone like... Fuck, man. I don't know. Like, even like McGregor, bro. It just... The
artistic,
way he's just like... like that combo where he's fucking...
It's beautiful.
Where
Eddie
he's
Alvarez.
coked out watching himself piece up Alvarez on his fucking yacht
Super
there.
yacht, yeah.
Like, man, some of those combinations are just insane.
It's funny
like,
you mentioned that, Ro, on the
and
week.
they look like a sick, skilled professional fighter. Like, Drickus just looks like some drunk cunt at a pub.
He
like
does.
a drunk
The amount of
old man
clips
just going,
where he's just like,
what, you fucking touched my missus on the ass, cunt? Fucking like...
All the ones where like he gets like turned around, he's fighting the wrong way, the opponent's behind him. I'm like,
man.
how did that happen? Like, what?
How are you undefeated?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a fucking mind boggle, to say the least.
I don't know.
Do you think he's bluffed his way
Oh, big time.
to where he's at?
It's like Bilal Muhammad, man.
Yeah,
like,
that's a bluff.
Bilal sucks.
Bilal sucks. Not only from a marketing perspective, he's literally the most boring fighter I've potentially ever seen.
Yeah.
At least like Khabib, who has the same style when he fought, was entertaining. He did talk, like he'd fucking maul him over to then, hey, Dana, this is your boy, and just fucking punch him in the fucking head. Until they were literally swollen and beaten up like a mango that had been dropped fucking
like
7
Khabib's
floors.
like psychotic. Like,
Yeah. Whereas Bilal is just like, oh God.
Yeah.
I hope Dana gives them both the fucking hardest fights of their lives. Like, fuck them up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
So, boys, I had this little question to ask you both. So, obviously, there was a bit of drama between Izzy and DDP prior to them, going to that fight. I think it was probably a year ago or so now when they first Izzy come into the ring drunk and spraying each other, and then DDP went back to him and sort of disrespected, Izzy's heritage or whatever that bullshit was. But then after the fight, it was a pretty good fight, and then they're sort of kissing and hugging, like, "No, I love you, bro." It's like they're on MD. "No, I love you, bro." Like,
they're on MD.
Like, let's start a podcast next week. They're like kissing, hugging, giving each other signed jackets. And it's like, do you get around that, or
I don't
sort of off it?
To go from racial turmoil, almost starting another civil war in South Africa, a la apartheid, fucking Nelson Mandela days and shit, like
to catching up for beers on Friday, like I don't know, bro. What's
like
that all about?
That was like basically like the fucking level it was about to fucking boil over to.
Yeah.
Izzy's like fucking crying and shit in the pre-fight press conference because he's G'ing up so much that fucking this privileged white South African doesn't know his story about how him and his dad had to work and shit like that. But I don't know. With infighting, man, you're always gonna, regardless of how much turmoil and hatred and shit and bad blood there is. It's like fucking Diaz and McGregor, man. Prime example. They fucking like hate each other so much, but after you like spend a fucking punch on, just go to absolute fucking war with each other, there's just going to be that baseline of like respect where you're like, fuck yeah, bro, look, I still hate you, cunt, but like fucking I respect that. But I don't think you need to carry on. Like I think they went
too far. It was like it was fake.
It
was fake, but then it wasn't, because you could see they were genuine. But it's just like
I think
do that behind closed doors or whatever, but it just looks gay as fuck.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing it in the ring, they kept fucking clapping and kissing each
Yeah,
other's
kissing
cheeks
and
and shit.
shit.
Like, fuck,
which
man,
is
I don't
what
know.
two homosexual men would do. Like, you
or
said,
two straight best mates on MD.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
right. You know what I mean? Like,
and DDP is gay.
is he?
Yeah. Did you not know this?
No.
DDP's homosexual.
He's got a fucking missus who's his photographer, you fuckhead.
No, he's
ran
gay.
over to her at the cage
gay.
and
Kissed her on the lips.
Kissed her.
No. Look this up.
Did you watch any of the embeddeds? Shut your mouth.
Okay.
Are you done? You're done, right?
We're not
Yeah.
taking
You're
your
dust,
word
buddy.
for it.
Just for
He's not gay. He's got a really sexy South African girlfriend.
lawsuit purposes, that was a joke.
Okay. Yeah. Well, don't ever G me up don't ever make a hot take like that.
Yeah.
Unfucking verified ever again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, that's fine.
'Cause he's got a very sexy missus.
Okay.
And chicks that speak South African accent, wow.
Yeah, you kind of like it.
Oh, like it.
Yeah.
Fuck me dead.
Love it.
Fuck me swinging. Yeah.
Fuck me, Sally, and slap me on the ass.
So when's the next big UFC card, boys? Like a month at
No,
Las
2 weeks,
Vegas?
like 2 weeks or something. The Sphere.
Is that
the
Vegas?
Sphere, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro, the promo for that after 305 was cool. Like, just all the like the moving. It's just some sort of spectacle. Like the moving graphics around that
bro.
sphere. It just looks so fake, but it's it's real.
Yeah.
It's just that sick, eh?
It's off its head, the
Now-
Sphere, eh?
as an event planner, as a marketing guy, listening to the Fight Companion on the weekend, I assumed during this event, this UFC Sphere, obviously the fight will be down where they have like the bands at the moment. It'll have sick visuals and stuff and promo, what's all going. But then while the fight's going on, it's like this 3D, like you're in the octagon kind of vibe, and it's massive and it's just absolutely unreal. What they were saying on the weekend on the Fight Companion, and these are guys that know, that apparently, like, because it's Mexican Independence Day, like, it's not going to be, the fight isn't going to be up on the walls of the Sphere. It's going to be like the history of combat sports in Mexico.
No, inside the arena,
Yeah.
I think it will be. Like
It will be the fight,
will be the fight.
and on the outside,
outside might be some
Right.
fucking whatever.
yeah, like just the history of like, I might have to re-listen, but it
Yeah.
sounded like they were saying
And
that.
those cunts wouldn't know anyway. It's fucking Brendan Schaub and Joe. Like, I
Joe
don't
would know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
19 mil, apparently they're in the hole so far for the
Yeah.
event.
Is that
for production.
Yeah, apparently the money to get your files and all the stuff data like formatted to the Sphere.
Yeah,
fucking
it looks very technical.
Yeah, apparently it's
like
It's
this
dot
road-
sphere, .sph.
Yeah,
You gotta save it.
Yeah,
in.
you got to
Dot
render all
SPH.
your files.
And dot SPH.
Yeah,
SPH,
yeah, because it's just like this rotating fucking globe.
Yeah,
like,
right.
What are those called?
Hourglass.
Fuck
Hourglass Stevens.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
off. But apparently that's why like all the people that do the residencies there and shit, the reason they do residencies is because like they need to try and make
They
their
need to
money
make the
back.
money back.
Yeah, because it's so expensive to get
It's so
these visuals.
expensive to get your files converted from .mp4 to
Yeah.
.sph.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Lot of
A
money.
lot of money.
We're in the SPH game.
Yeah, we need to get
We
the
need to
SPH.
be.
Yeah. These cams are recording on .sph. Yeah. So we're going to be the first podcast from the Sphere.
Yes, because we're recording in SPH.
Because we're recording in SPH.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
boys.
I know we've just talked a lot. Do you want to give us some EPL?
Yes, sir.
I was going to say.
No,
So
that's
just
great.
give us some
That's
fucking
great. Keep
go
me up
here.
to date, and I'm learning something new every episode, boys, on
Yeah.
UFC. So
And I'll
wanna
go
learn
over
some
here and
EPL.
have a corporate dollar.
yeah, I'm starting to get right in. Like I've always just been a casual fan of UFC, and I'm hoping to progress up to what's the next one you'd say, Steve? Like a moderate, intermediate, moderate sort of fan.
Moderate fan's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Fuck
for sure, for
You'll
sure.
be hooked, gun.
So yeah, I'll be keen to maybe we do a little clip up live reaction vid for the next UFC.
Oh yeah, we should because Sugar Sean's fighting.
Yeah, okay, nice.
Which would be good.
I like those sort of guys. But yeah, EPL's back as promised, ladies and gents. We are going to be a big EPL podcast as we slowly fade out of our loyal, faithful NRL as that's coming to the back end. But match week 1, as they call it, so it's not like rounds, it's called match week. So little fact there for you. Kicked off on the weekend. So Saturday morning, our time, they had the first game. So they fucking don't get long break between seasons, eh? Like,
No.
last season was like less than 2 months ago when Man City won, and now they've played Euros.
Yeah.
It's like it's an all
Yeah,
year
it's
round.
all year.
You get paid very, very handsomely
Oh,
as well.
what about that graphic I sent through,
know,
bro?
top
That's
10.
But how is that even like a
Like, money's
thing,
not even
man?
real.
That's
Like,
what I
even-
mean.
yeah.
It's like just whatever you want in life, it's just free. Like that's basically
Yeah.
the money they're getting
Yeah.
paid.
Cristiano was on like
£3.6 million
pounds
per
a fucking
week.
week. Can't, like, what do you do with all that money? You can't buy enough fucking of the most expensive real estate in the world in
Yeah.
the fucking biggest yachts, and it's
Yeah,
like,
because like think of like some of those big mega yachts, right? They're like you kind of range from like 20 million to like up to like 120 million and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like 120 million's like
oh, one of the biggest in the world.
billion. Like there's only like 2 in the world sort of thing. But
Yeah.
like 20 million fucking super yacht, like that's a fucking month's wage, gun. Like,
Yeah.
let's
Oh,
go.
It
That's
just doesn't
kittens.
make any sense.
No,
like,
it is kind of unfathomable,
imagine that
isn't it?
cunt's nice savings and nice trading account.
Oh yeah.
Bit through the fucking roof.
Yeah, it's sort of you just become numb to it though, right?
think so.
That's when all
I
them
seriously
rich
think
cunts get
so.
depressed, start getting on the hard drugs and shit.
Yeah.
So
Wouldn't you just
nothing
like
else.
when you just grab a handful of cash, just walk down the street and just like
it,
throw
just
it, like
see what
throw it
happens.
in the street? Like,
100%. When you think about like GTA, when you get like the God cheat, and then it's like super fun, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to go to the military, and you fucking get a jet, and you're driving around, and you do all this sort of stuff, and you get the money cheat, and you did it. It gets boring after like fucking 30 minutes. You're like, I
Yeah.
can fucking just
Yeah,
do
you got to
everything.
grind your way up, boys.
that's a great analogy.
It is,
Mate,
it
I
is.
think about it all the time.
GTA.
That's why I've always said like I never want to win the lotto because it's like
I do.
Yeah, I do.
like some weeks you do, but it's like people that win they
It-
either blow it straight
yeah.
away or then they go real depressed. you know?
I won't
make
be
sure I'm not
either of those
depressed.
things. I'll
Yeah.
be 6 foot under.
after 2 weeks.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm taking the fucking lottery ticket with me.
Yeah.
I'm taking the money with me.
But there's fun in grinding, you know. Like,
Yeah,
and
it's
you've
right.
got to
back at
have
this-
you've got to have something else,
you
which
just
is
look
these
back at this
sports
podcast,
stars,
boys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
from where we've come and where we want to go to, like it's exciting.
Yeah.
Literally, like I was crying because of the grind,
Yeah, for sure. All right, we digress. Back to EPL. I wasn't crying over that, but yeah, the first game, Man United versus Fulham. So if you listened last week, I had a 3-leg bet tech multi. So Man U was my first leg, and wow, boys, it was looking very dire. So
Dire Straits, bad band.
yeah. So yeah, it was Saturday morning early, and I woke up pretty early, and it was still going, and it was like 80 minutes in, or maybe it was 70 minutes in, and yeah, no goals. I'm like, wow,
That was the leg that I was most afraid for you.
Yeah.
Because those legs there looks like it should be fucking 2-0 any day of the week to Man
For
U
sure,
on
for
paper.
sure. Yeah.
First round of the season, it's those ones right there always end up nil-all draw sort of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. And for you guys that haven't really bet much on soccer or EPL or whatever, it's always, you think the odds look good or juicy, but you always just got to remember, like, there's the draw component. Like, after 90 minutes of the regular season, it's not like international, there's no extra time or dot shots.
So many times,
Just,
bro.
it's just, they can have a bad game or a couple of the players could be off, and then,
Such an interest. Like, what other sports do you know? The
And
draw?
they play
draw.
for the, but they play for the draw as well.
Yeah.
Like, depending on fucking how many cards this cunt's got to. I have to sub these cunts off. Now they're running a defensive formation. And it's like, if we can play for the draw and just get that, what is it, 1 point for a draw?
1 point, 3 points for win, 1 point for draw,
So it's like, it
is interesting. Yeah, I can't really think of any other team sports like that where there is 3 options. You win, lose, or... Like, there is obviously... Everyone's win,
No,
lose, or
I know,
draw,
but
this one's like draw is like a major component.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're so willing to even play for the draw.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
So
at
interesting.
some point in the game, the whole strategy changes.
Quick side note.
For sure.
What's your thoughts on and I have heard this just recently with the NRL, like golden point, like the team getting 1 point. Like if it goes golden point.
So what I think Buzz's take was 4 points for a win. If you go to golden point wins. What is it? Golden point wins 3, and
the winner gets 3
or
and
the
the
golden
loser
point
gets 1.
gets 1. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
because
know.
like, and the only thing I agree with a little bit is because like it is very disheartening to see these two teams like slog it out because
Yeah.
it rarely happens
Yeah.
in the NRL. You probably get 5 draws a season or 5 golden points a season. And you do watch those games, they are absolute fucking wars.
You go to all that effort for nothing,
And you get nothing. And then there's another game you win easy and you get 2 points. You're
Oh,
like,
well.
yeah. Anyway,
Fucking, why don't we start handing out fucking participation awards and shit then, bro? Eh? Fuck.
Yeah,
me,
how far
cunt.
do you go with it, eh?
Fuck.
no, fair point.
Dead.
Valid point.
Yeah.
Right, I fuck 'em. Back
So
to the
anyway,
EPL.
boys, back to EPL. So that wasn't looking great, and then there was a late goal in the 87th minute. So this young Dutch fella, Joshua Zirkzee.
Xerxes.
So that was his Man U debut, and scored this pretty cool goal where it was like a bit of a cross and just got this slight touch to it. There's just some crazy goals in soccer, boys, and it's good to watch, even if you just watch the highlights or extended highlights.
Now,
It's always a good watch.
I know nothing about soccer. I think I actually know a little bit of a weird story about this bloke, this Joshua Zirkzee.
Oh, here we go. Fuck, go.
He's gay. He's DDP's boyfriend.
He dates the current midweight champion, man. Fucking he's well done a
great.
deep dive on it.
So he plays for Man United, yeah?
Now it was his debut.
Yeah.
So he's just come across.
Tottenham or Man City
Yeah.
originally had scouted this bloke back in the day and
Okay.
were like, oh yeah, like got real good footwork, fucking obviously all the other things that are in EPL. I'm not going to try and say I know what they are, but
Go on,
they
list
are.
3 attributes for soccer players.
R1 circle.
Finesse shot.
Finesse shot, yeah.
Nailed you.
The recruit was like, the scouter was like, yep, real good, but the dad's overweight. And they passed on him.
What the fuck?
His dad was overweight.
His dad's overweight, and they were like, yep, bad genetics, so they fucking passed on him. And then Man United's picked him up and he's fucking
Wow.
gone ham.
Very interesting. I didn't look that deep into his childhood, but
Yeah.
that's an interesting fact if that was him.
Okay, well,
Used to play with Barbies as a kid.
Yeah. And the
don't want
scout
him.
said, he's trans. Fuck him off.
Yeah, potential
Yeah,
to become
potential trans. Yep.
What's his name?
Zersey.
No, but what's his first name?
Joshua.
Oh, so it turns out to be Jacqueline. Jacqueline Zersey won fucking match. you know?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Leading goal scorer in Women's World Cup 2028. Oh, great.
They should have scouted him, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, boys, so that was the first game to kick off the round. So another team I'm following this season, Arsenal. So, as I mentioned a few times on the pod, that was the one and only game I've seen live of soccer at that level. And
Is that Mikel Arteta coach? Is their coach?
Arsenal.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure the coach, bro.
And he gave this mad fucking at the start of the season. They were all in the fucking...
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure, man.
It's sick, bro. I'm pretty sure it is.
Seeing them live over in England last year, and it was just sick. So I'm like, right, if I'm going to jump on a team, that's a good omen.
The Gunners.
So they started off with a bang, 2-0 over Wolverhampton Wanderers. So as we follow EPL each week, I'm going to give a little recommendation for a bet, just so you guys can get something out of it. If you don't follow it, at least you can maybe throw a calculated responsible calculated bet in your multi
within your means.
Exactly, based on some of these stats or facts. So Arsenal, they started strong, got the 3 points. Bukayo Saka, he's like a young right winger, fresh cunt. Scored a sick goal, got an assist, and got the man of the match for that game. They've just proven that they can score goals, and couple of my bet techs on the back end of last EPL season were some of the teams to score in both halves. So that's my recommendation for Arsenal for next week. So both them goals for the 2-0 were in either half. So look to add that to your Ned's multi, boys. If you're looking at EPL and you're wanting to bet on that, it
responsibly
pays pretty juicy odds. Can be anywhere from $2 to maybe to $2.50,
$2.80-ish,
high $2. So. And then, another one I'll just quickly touch on. The reigning champs, Man City, defeat Chelsea. Another 2-0 matchup. And then, most people know Erling Haaland. So, he got the golden boot last year, 27 goals for the season, which is pretty insane. The next closest was 22, which was, who was on the Chelsea team, Cole Palmer, young fella, does the little cold celly. He's all fresh. I'm playing EPL fantasy this year with a few lads and got both.
Are you
them
in that
boys.
intern?
Got both of them in. Another good game there. But for next week or this coming week for EPL, highly recommend. Anytime goal scorer for either Cole Palmer or Erling Haaland. Haaland would be paying fuck all, but
what's what are the values like on those sort of bets?
The goal, obviously, one team might only score one goal or up to three.
So is it up like $5?
The odds aren't reflective.
They're not. They don't really reflect.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You might only have two strikers, but the midfielders can still score if it's off a corner or whatever. So
are we talking like $5?
No, Haaland's like $2.
$2.
Oh,
$2,
I know.
Terrible.
I know. And it's like, yes,
And
he does score a fuckload, but it's...
there's like one.
There's no. I don't see any value.
Especially when you think about Dean Mariner, who's the highest and scores multiple tries a game. He's $2.20 or whatever my fucking bet tech was this week.
Price is subject to change.
Price is subject to change, of course. Who's your team? Intern? Tottenham.
How'd they
go?
Tottenham Hotspurs.
The Spurs.
They drew with who?
1-1
with
Crystal Palace, was it?
I love that
Crystal
name.
Palace.
Crystal Palace, yeah.
I was looking it up for my my email write-up, Lexi. I'll have a quick look now. But, they drew, which is not a great start.
Oh, is that
is Postecoglou still coaching
Tottenham?
Yeah, he's the Aussie.
Yeah,
Aussie coach.
Yeah, the Aussie Greek.
The real traditional Aussie name.
Yeah.
Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah. Real Australian.
Just right up there with the fucking Leamington.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Kangaroo.
Yeah. Meat pie cunt.
Yeah.
It goes fucking
Australian as they come.
Australian iconism is fucking Leamington, meat pie, and Postecoglou. Cunts naming their kids that.
Oh my God.
Fucking true blue Australians. Fucking.
John Williamson, Shane Warne.
Yeah. Got a fucking wife beater and some stubbies on. Cunt.
It was actually Lexi. It was actually Leicester.
City.
Is it Leicester? Leicester City? Leicester City.
Leicester.
Yeah, that's the fucking 3,000-1 winners that come up from 2 leagues down or
Yeah,
whatever.
copy.
5,000, I think it was.
5,000-1 or whatever.
Yeah.
One of the greatest bets all
And
time.
what Aston Villa fucking beat the Hammers,
Yeah,
bro.
West Ham. So there was a
2-1.
bit of value there. So
280 they were paying.
again, like you can play for the draw. Like I think I got up in a couple bets for the Olympics
many in
where I
the-
bet
in
on
the-
the draw.
How many in the EPL? Are we
20,
talking like
20 teams.
20 teams?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, yeah, right.
Yeah. So 10 matchups every week.
Every
20
week.
of the best, brother.
Yeah.
20 the best. But yeah,
10 in the can.
West Ham versus Aston Villa.
Eight of the best, Nelson.
Yeah, and there was a bit of an upset there. So that was paying, what was that? 286. So
Did that make the reel? That should have
Nah,
made
it
the
should've
reel,
made the
bro.
best,
which
yeah.
was that one?
Nelson, when the ref went to push him
Sent him
off for 10,
off and
to
he
give
sent him
him
for 10 and gave him 8 of the best.
We'll have to do an extended a director's cut.
Yeah, director's cut on that one.
Very
Holy.
nice. But yeah, just as we follow it, EPL, I'll try to switch it up every week, bring some different stats or, try bring
You know
a
what
new
I'm actually
dynamic.
really
You
excited
can be
I thought
odd,
about today, Brandon.
EPL odd stats guy.
I can try be anyway.
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd
I
be
thought
good.
about this today. Like, I was listening to a bit of UFC, a bit of the league, and I was just obviously like how much I love them two sports. And I thought about EPL and NFL coming into this off season. I was like, I'm really keen to fucking throw myself into these sports,
Yeah.
learn it.
You dirty little sports slut.
Dirty little sports slut.
Yeah.
And just throw myself into
Just
it.
spread your legs
yeah,
and fucking.
and just consume content
yeah.
at a fucking
Well,
unadulterated
bro, all you
rate.
need to do, which you already are, subscribe to Nice News, and every week you'll get all the scores, and then I put in the third column like highlights. I'll go watch all the 3-4 minute highlights and
Yeah.
games that were good. I'd link it so you can just go boom,
Yeah,
watch a couple
nice.
of highlights,
That's
and
perfect.
and then you can. Well, that's the idea of it, and people
Yeah.
can sort of.
all in the one place. One stop shop.
One stop shop,
Yeah.
always free.
Always free.
Always free, always will be.
Yeah.
Mr. Jerry, as always.
But do we want to get into some NRL, boys?
Let's get into Old Faithful, baby.
Yeah.
The NRL.
Yeah.
So this graphic come across my desk from another group page, boys, and I sent it through this morning in our pod topics, in brackets, no reply, please. It's like a bracket challenge, basically, for the current ladder as it stands right now. So first to 8, and basically each bracket, semis, prelim, grand final. So, Steve-O, are you looking at this same graphic?
I am. I disagree heavily.
So, do you want to talk us through it anyway? So, say the first matchup, Storm v Sharks. I think that one's a no-brainer. I think we'd all agree Storm would get it over the Sharks with or without Nico Hines there.
Yep.
So they get the week off, go straight to the first prelim.
A lot of people, and this was mentioned on our second favourite podcast today, Brandon, is a lot of people are sleeping on Jerome Hughes.
100%.
And I fucking even kind of thought about it. I thought he had been going quite well this year without money. And then I started thinking about what they mentioned today was when you look at the forward pack of Panthers, when you look at the backs of Storm and you compare like player for player, like Penrith has the way better side, obviously. And Storm has been able to clinch these wins all season. And I hadn't really attributed till today when Triple OG Winnemere Mason said, I think Jerome Hughes has played a massive, massive part in that. And I thought back and I was like, fuck, he's actually right. And he reckons, like, with Nath now out, he's in for Dally M of the halfback of the year. And I was like, fuck, he's actually so
Just
right.
flown under the radar, but
Because he's not like that flashy. He
Yeah.
didn't play Origin.
Yeah.
He's just this under the radar type. And, everyone goes, Storm, oh, it's money, Munster.
yeah, but he's consistently good every
Oh,
game.
yeah. And
Like
just
he might not have the flashy plays like your Munsters and whatnot, but yeah, he's every week his kicking game's great. He's got very minimal errors. He's got lots of try assists. So he's
Yes.
ticking all those boxes that he's one of
You
them
want
players
out of
that
your
they
halves.
don't get all the accolades of scoring all these tries and this and that, but he's the one person before all those big plays that just
Yeah.
people don't look at. So
Yeah.
he definitely for me as well has flown under the radar.
So, in that first matchup, I fucking think they obliterate.
I will tip my hat to the Sharks. They've
They've had a good run.
They've played, you know.
When they've been like top 4 all season,
I know,
it's just
yeah.
like how,
Yeah.
bro. I
They
don't know.
I know.
They started on that great run, like maybe
They were
6
first
to 8
for,
games.
I think, until round 10,
And everyone's
I
going,
believe.
they've shaken this juju where they can't beat top teams. And then it was almost
Smith-Schuster.
it was almost like a curse where then everyone
they-
talking about them, they
Yeah.
slumped back into old habits. And,
They got performance anxiety.
you know, Nico started playing dust, kicking the ball out in the full every second game multiple times. And then, he's got injured. People started writing him off. But, credit to them. They're still there, top 4. And, even without Nico, and I think Trindle was out last week or week before as well. That, it's like they don't even have the depth as such, but they all just turn up and they want to prove everyone wrong. So they want it more. And credit to them. They're still in the top 4,
And I think
Steve-O.
Craig's a real good coach. Like, obviously, ex-fucking enforcer. Not for the bikies, but for NRL. You know, and he would obviously... He's a bit like Sticky. Like, he'd get the fucking team fucking rolled up, I think.
Yeah.
That's him.
Let's get on to...
Oh, the fucking banditos.
Yeah,
Next
in this bracket, it's got Doggy sitting in 5th with Dragons sitting in 8th. And bro, just giving credit out where credit's due. Fuck, Dragons are flying under the radar as well, man.
Very, very
Like,
under
when
the
they've
radar.
tipped into
massively.
the 8 over the weekend, everyone's going, holy fuck, where did that come from?
Yeah, I was like, they were that close?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And I think if we could be fucked, which we can't be fucked, if we went back and checked the tapes early in the season, you wouldn't have a Dragons in there.
No.
You know, I think
Dragons like 3rd favourite to get the spoon or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bulldogs were fucking second.
not far off it. Probably wouldn't have a Doggies in there except for me. And even Manly, like I think you might have touted them top 4, but
Yeah, I thought they were gonna
They've
go
been
real
hit
good
and
this
miss.
They
year.
started the season like fucking like a house on fire, but they were just playing like really sexy football.
Triple OG mentioned something today, which I thought was interesting, talking about the big Seagulls. Out of this top 8 team, Seagulls are the only one that have beat Storm, Penrith and Roosters,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Oh, it's very interesting.
and they're probably the only team as well that have lost by
Lost to the
considerable amount
Dragons.
to a bottom 4 team as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The only
you know.
team to lose to the Dragons, the Sharks, the Dogs, and
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Beat all the top 4 teams, lose to the bottom 4 the top bottom 4 teams.
Yeah, so it's sort of like counterintuitive in a sense. Like,
Oh,
you
it's
know.
like, you know what? I was thinking about it today, actually. It's like the Eels almost beating Penrith. Can you imagine how angry you would be if you were, like, wanting results out of that team? Like, so you cunts can do it. You just need something to get you up.
Yeah.
Like, fuck me, man. That would grind my gears like no end. And that must be like what Wayne is so good at. Is like,
get the cunt some blue chews or something.
get the blue chews into them. Yeah, get them up. You
Get
know,
'em up.
Like, yeah. Shout
Get 'em
out,
a brand deal
not
with
an ad,
Blue Chew.
Spono, not a spono. Yeah, that must be Wayne's special magic dust, as he knows how to. It's blue chew. He can get them up. Can you get me a beer too, please, bro?
It's like, it's a bit of a coach killer, eh?
Yeah, I would fucking lose my lid. Even if they won, I'd be like, you fucking can't. So you can do this. You're in wooden spoon and you can beat fucking Penrith.
Yeah.
But you can't do it every week. You just do it when you go, oh, yeah, we got the good fucking juju against fucking Penrith.
Yeah, exactly.
That would absolutely boil my piss.
Exactly. Might throw this graphic up on the video version. But, next game, Doggies, Dragons. And this person who's done this bracket's got Doggies winning that one.
I do
so
too.
eliminating the
And
Dragons.
they just beat the Dragons last week before maybe.
Yes. Week before. So we
at
beat
Belmore.
Dolphins 30-10 last week. And then week before, Dragons. We ended up running away with it in the end, but it was actually closer than
Close game.
Closer
Quite
than
tight,
most
yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
So then, that
I didn't
puts...
know there was an old rivalry between the Dragons and the Bulldogs.
I think just one of like the foundation clubs, bro.
Yeah,
Been around
yeah.
fucking since
Forever.
God was walking this earth.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Since Jesus played fullback for Jerusalem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's Doggies moving across, and then up against the Sharks for that bracket. But we'll keep moving down, and then so we've got Cowboys in 6th versus 7th place Manly Warringah Sea Eagles.
Speaking about another fucking just who thought the
Jesus.
who thought the Cowboys were in the fucking top 8?
Bro, it's like
Speaking of Jesus.
Speaking of Jesus playing fullback for Jerusalem.
Yeah, the Jerusalem crucifixes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Bro,
Heard
it's
of the
like,
Blackwater Crushers? This is the Jerusalem Crucifixes, yeah.
bro, it's like the Cowboys are working in Blackwater 7 on 7 off, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they come to play one week and then the next week they're on their week off, kicking the feet up, fucking,
Yeah.
no more
On the
questions
shit.
asked. Yeah, on the shit.
On the shit for 6 of the 7. Yeah.
Yeah, messaging your best mate on Wicker, like, fuck, like, I can't get a read on them, bro. Like, they go and do that to the Raiders who, the Raiders can beat any team on the day.
The Raiders are very good defensively. Like,
Exactly.
if we were to look at the table right now, I think they would have one of the least points against them
Yeah,
scored.
differential. Yeah,
It's
differential,
always low scoring, those games.
for sure. So, for this one, for me, just depending on the day, I'd probably take Manly over the Cows to progress to that next stage.
Interesting, yeah. Now, I'm not going to try and fucking embarrass myself and get his name, but Chad Townsend was dropped for that game.
Yep.
And the Q Cup full halfback
Yeah.
come up.
Fuck, I forget his name as well.
Yeah.
Tyler will love this.
Yeah, he played well.
Yeah, they have so many fucking. Yeah, he filled in the halves.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know, the form of Chad, Tyler will be able to tell us more, but Chad's form over the last 3 weeks has been...
Clifford.
Yeah,
But
right.
Clifford's always like, he was sort of touted to be
Yeah,
a bit
and
of a
then he-
hot shot, and then Hammer come in, and
Yeah,
Hammer took his
but-
spot, and then Hammer fucked off. He was
Well, like-
sort of back, but then he wasn't.
Like Willie, Triple OG, William and Mason said today, like, I think that's another part of the game these guys need to realise is, like, patience. Like, he was talking about the Dragons, like this Tyrrell Sloan, the Fungi brothers, fucking all these other, all these other cunts that, like, were unreal in New South Wales Cup.
Yeah, they're like touted as youngsters.
Yeah, and then they're just like, righto, straight in the NRL team and
Yeah.
fucking get it
It's like,
straight
fix
away.
my team that's been dust for 10 years. Like,
Exactly
doesn't
right.
work like that. Yeah,
It doesn't work like that.
For sure,
Which is
for
what
sure.
Penrith gets so right.
Yeah, and man, Clifford's been in and out for a couple of years now, and he has showed that glimpse of brilliance where he can fucking turn it on and just.
Didn't he go to Super League for like a couple of years there? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Do your own
I
research.
do know this year he's played all games pretty much in Q Cup and apparently has been fucking
Shredding.
killing it.
Yeah.
You'd speak more to this.
Yeah, well, he doesn't play for Capra, so I can't really. But so
No,
not
where's
really.
the
Get on the Eagle
where's
Eye.
Townsville Blackhawks on the fucking
Nah, they're only floating around 8th.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Where are
If
Capras, by the way?
Yeah, we're 8th. So if we lose this weekend, Blackhawks go up into 8th and we're out. But if we win,
hopefully the
reverse of that
Cowboys pick
happens.
Clifford. Oh wait, no, they got to buy. Fuck, they'll probably have him.
Yeah.
Dog.
No, they got the bye. They Q Cup side have the bye this week as well. So
Yeah, right. So we need to win.
yeah, we
Did
need
we
to
win on the weekend?
No.
Oh.
Well, that was against Devils, second place.
Fuck the Devils.
Yeah. Anyway,
We digress.
we digress. So yeah, Steve-O, you taking Manly over Cows in that matchup?
Nah, cows.
Cows? Okay,
Manly.
we'll run with that. I'm not opposed to that, bro. And then, yeah, we got Panthers up against the Roosters. Man, this is an interesting one, purely on the fact that Cleary is now out and they're saying, 4 to 6 weeks because you've got the double chance being top 4. I think they've done the similar with Luai last year. Like, do you rest him for that week?
Yeah.
And even if you lose, you're like, it's okay. Like, if one more week's going to make him 20% better for the finals run, do you do that? Or do you go, let's just try fucking win this game?
Nah, you rest him.
You got to rest him, right? Yeah. So, based on that fact, bro, Luai has been playing good. The rest of the team's doing their job. So, I still think there's a world where Panthers can beat Roosters on their day without Cleary.
Yeah, fucking oath.
But in saying that, like, bro, Sammy Walker's just been doing this freaky shit. Like,
Doing the damn thing.
I still don't rate him that hard, but he's just proven me wrong every week. Sam Walker, yeah. Steve-O screws his face up in disgust like he's watching Broncos play the grand final in 2023. But
Hey, come on.
hey, that's a low blow.
Oh,
But yeah, if Sammy Walker and the fucking boys turn up for Roosters, they could also punish.
Walker brothers.
They could punish the Penny Panthers without Cleary. So, who would you take in that, Steve-O? If you gun to your head, life depended on it. First round of finals, who wins? Panthers with no Cleary or full strength Roosters?
Panthers with no Cleary.
Really?
Wow.
I was more leaning towards the Chooks.
Yeah. I know.
Bro.
Panthers can
like,
get it done, but without.
Yeah, 100% they can.
Panthers, I said this and clipped this up.
Here we go.
There's this 2 clips actually
This
right
will be
now.
good.
How you down?
You need to learn how to edit, buddy, because I ain't clipping up too.
Yeah, so Bulldogs against the Warriors 3 rounds ago. That game made me realise that the Dogs could get to the grand final. It was so impressive. Penrith versing the Sharks with Cleary out. Jerome taking the fucking reins, keeping them to 0. First time the whole season.
It's like 42-0, I think.
42-0.
Yeah.
Sharks were fucking on this absolute heater.
Well, I think they were almost undefeated.
Undefeated.
Like 8 straight, all
And
this shit.
fucking Jerome just said, "Can't settle." Who's your
He already
date?
had his Instagram story in draft.
Literally.
Yeah.
He said, just
Kiss
wait,
you on
boys.
the kiss
80
you on the
minutes.
forehead,
Yeah.
you little boy.
And so-
he's like a little boy to me. Kiss you on the forehead.
And so don't get me wrong, yeah, they lost to Storm on the weekend by fucking 2 points, whatever. But you have to understand, and I know we do, the Penrith boys get up for big games like no one else in the sense that they do exactly what they're required to do. They don't make mistakes. They have faith that the team is eventually going to win. So regardless of what the Chooks do early on, or if it's, they take a bit of a lead, I just know that
You can't beat Boot and Blue Chew, eh?
No,
Yeah, exactly. You can't beat Blue Chew.
no. And the boys will get up.
Get up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Carl actually said that on last week's
You
episode.
you physically cannot beat
You can't
Blue
be
Chew.
down.
You
Yeah,
can't beat it out.
yeah. Even
Like,
if you don't want to be up, you'll be up.
yeah, exactly. You can't beat it out.
No.
Yeah.
So
Many men have tried.
So I take a little bit of a different approach here to the bracket.
Well, let's go. Let's just do a community vote. I'm going to go Chooks on this occasion.
Yeah, I'll go Penny.
Okay, righto. Well, we'll go Panthers then.
Right.
You're
What
welcome,
Steve. Are we betting on this or obviously?
No, this is who's going to be in the grand final.
This is just
little
who's
prediction.
going to be in the grand final.
Okay. Yeah.
So that means
So,
Roosters go there. They
yeah.
play the Cowboys. They dust the Cowboys. They go play the Storm, and the Dogs play the Panthers.
Yeah.
The Dogs play the Panthers?
Yeah, because if we swap it around so that the Roosters go to here,
Oh, yeah.
because we're changing who won and who
Oh,
lost.
yes, right. So that is the real grand final.
Yeah.
He's saying if
Is that? Did you skip all the way to the grand
No,
final?
I didn't. No. Steve's just off his fucking head.
So, but then, yeah, Dogs versus Panthers in prelims. I would
Yeah,
say.
Correct.
yeah.
And Storm
Yeah.
versus Chooks.
Yeah.
Storm beat the Chooks. Let's get
Do
that.
they though?
They do.
Okay.
So Storm beat the Chooks. So Storm are in the grand final.
But doggies have to beat Panthers for the 10-year
I
curse
know. And
or
I
gift
don't
and a curse
know.
to come off.
gift and a curse.
You know what? Fuck it. It is possible. It's a Storm Bulldogs grand final.
Yeah.
And I genuinely feel that they can go right the way to make the grand final, whether
know.
we win or not.
Yeah.
Like, say you're sitting across a restaurant, the whole Bulldogs team are eating there, looking at you, and
Yeah.
you can feel it.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, you
Correct.
can feel them looking at you.
Yeah. I can feel them looking at me, knowing that I'm thinking about them being in grand final.
Oh, no,
in
yeah.
The
about
stats are just too
4 to 6
strong.
weeks'
The-
time.
The stars
Yeah, it is.
are too strong.
Yeah.
If you were to ask me this without all that stat knowledge, I would say fucking no way. They can't even beat the Dragons. But the stats, the fucking stars aligning so perfectly is so strong.
It's stats and stars.
It's
really.
stats and fucking stars. If they're going to be in the grand final, they're going to fucking win.
But bro, stats and stars aside for a second,
Yeah.
they've been playing fucking great
Yeah, they
rugby
have been.
league. Like the
Yeah.
last few weeks, bro, like the games.
Which backs up the stats and stars.
yeah.
Which means they're going to make it.
Exactly.
So the stats and stars don't lie,
Yeah, I like that.
but the results also speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Now-
But at the end of the day, it is stats and stars foremost and stats and stars forever,
Yeah.
regardless of results, you know?
Correct.
Now, standing on business here, going back to something earlier in the pod, right? If the doggies, when the doggies win this grand final,
Good boy.
and you've got a pattern spanning back 40 years,
Yeah.
multifactorial
Da Vinci Code
statistics,
shit.
stans, Da Vinci Code fucking shit lining
Yeah.
up, right?
Two-factor authentication.
Yeah. Finning up.
Fibonacci sequence sort of
Fibonacci
shit,
sequence.
golden ratio,
Yeah. Pie.
pi. when they win the grand final, and we talk about this, you can sense someone but you don't even sense it. You just look. This has to be proof that there is something else within the fucking universe, cyclical cycles, fucking ups and downs,
Toroid
waves,
media
high tides,
system.
low tides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something going on.
Pyramids.
Yeah.
There's depth to the game we can't
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Yeah.
In brackets. In Braille.
In Braille. Yeah. Like, seriously, though,
Yeah.
I said it a couple episodes
I
ago.
don't even know how I'd feel. Like, you wouldn't even believe it.
I wouldn't.
Like, 80 minutes done, we've won by a field goal, shout at Birdo, or 2 points. I'd just sit there and go, this is fake or something, bro.
A 40-year fucking pattern that's multifactorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That all lines up.
Stats and stars.
Stats and stars,
and
brother.
stars.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't, like, it's just, yeah.
And then that turns to a deep, deep depression because we missed out on a $49 fucking futures bet.
Yeah, that actually kind of would be depressing.
Because we're spineless.
Yeah, we are. We're not next year when we
We
go
were
full
stats
time.
and spines.
Stats and
Stats and
spineless.
spineless.
Yeah, we were.
The spin-off fucking episode, but
The sequel. The sequel. The director's sequel.
Holy fuck.
yeah, that'll get me going.
But, yeah, I might clip that just that image up, put it on the YouTube overlay.
and give us your feedback, guys. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to go
Like
against
this
the
one
stats
that
and
we've
the stars, let
screenshotted,
us
obviously
know.
is not our bracket, but this was just one that we've
Yeah.
picked.
And we had a different outcome in the end. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you've got a different outcome, let us know.
Because our stats and stars were different to whoever made this bracket. So
Yeah.
Okay, real quick question before
They
we
were
move
smoking
on.
stats and stars.
Out of all these teams here, 1 to 8,
yep.
which team, if they made it to the grand final, would you just be like, that's impossible?
As in, like,
Dragons?
impossible for them to win?
Impossible for them to even make it.
The Dragons.
The Dragons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
I
Yeah,
think
I suppose, yeah.
I think any other team, if I'm being honest,
Yeah.
other than the Dragons, can easily make the grand final.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
I wouldn't-
like
I do.
maybe Sharks would be my second if you made
Yeah.
me pick two, but Dragons.
Because the only thing with Manly, though, is like
They've been there,
have
done
beat,
that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they've beat the top 3 teams. I want to go back through and find out when because how long ago they started doing 1 versus 4, 5 versus 8, 6 versus
I
7,
think
2
we've
versus
touched
3.
on this, man.
We have.
I think it was like 2015 or 6. Like it's probably been about 10 or so
Oh,
years.
so it used to be 1 versus 2, 3
no,
versus
one versus 8, 2
Oh,
versus
that's
10,
right.
bang, bang,
I
bang.
want to go
yeah.
back and look through and see if there was
Probably
any.
like 10 to 12 years, I reckon,
I
bro.
want to know if there was any
This is
8s.
such a better system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know if there was any 8s that made it to the grand final. That would be so
Yeah.
interesting.
And then even one.
Yeah.
Like you were 8th, so you probably just
and you
scraped
go
in.
on some absolute heater.
And then we need to buy the rights
Yeah.
to make that documentary and sell it to Netflix.
Yeah, or look at those omens.
What, Stats and Stars?
Yeah,
Or
so
that?
and call it
Stats and
Stats and
Stars.
Stars.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
the time that fucking South Sydney Rabbitohs come from 8 to beat the fucking Broncos in the fucking 2000.
Like even isn't
You know
that
what I want to know right now? Where were the Bulldogs placed in 2004 going into the finals run, 2014? I want to look that up, actually.
like where were they on the ladder?
Yeah, going into the finals
I
run.
don't think that'll be as easy as you think to find, but
I think they were up there.
good luck to
yeah,
you.
I know 2004, I think they were leading it. I'm
Like
pretty
top-
sure they were first.
Like top 4 sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you can write that down. We can
Yep,
try and
nice
find
show.
that. But boys, did we want to move into round? What are we up to? 25 NRL and do our Ned's NRL nice lines? Or
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, Steve?
Yeah. Either that or our bet tax or some sort of gambling because I'm itching over here.
yeah. I sense that from you. Like you didn't say it or look at me,
Yeah.
but I just knew that there was this feeling of urgency and on this gambling topic. And
Yeah, I'm throwing my fucking feet around. Like, let's get into it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, we can jump into the Ned's bet text, bro.
Yeah, righto. Do you want me to kick it off?
For sure.
Well, Stats and Stars say that a sure thing is never a sure thing, and so you're probably best just to stay away from that sort of shit. A la Book of Eli. Yet, here we find ourselves again not heeding that advice and putting two what I deem are sure things together in a 2-leg multi.
Bro, before that, do you want to put a bit of honesty or
yes,
accountability rather on your last week's
it was dismal.
It was paying $6.14 at the time.
Yeah.
But there were some legs in there that should have fucking hit that didn't.
I know, bro. Fucking Lions lost by 1 point in a fucking absolute thriller against Collingwood.
And bro, they started red hot,
bro.
Like winning by 20 to 30 points.
And I fucking I sort of jinxed myself, bro, by saying that, Brisbane, fucking they don't like playing at MCG. Like, they've only won there twice in the last, like, fucking 14 years or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure Port Adelaide pumped the absolute crap out of Adelaide, which was just a fucking no-brainer to me. Port Adelaide coming second on the ladder and fucking, Adelaide like 15th or some shit. I think Carlton went on to win and the Cats failed me.
Yeah, Geelong lost, bro,
Yeah.
So what lessons do you take out of that, bro? Maybe less
Don't
legs.
put that many legs in the fucking multi.
Well,
The bet tech.
Yeah, less legs.
Because you sort of went away from our theme. I know we both said last week it's weird. We both done multis.
Yeah.
My 3-legger hit. Your 6-legger didn't. So maybe three's the cap, eh?
Yeah.
Even I think like you've done a couple leg tennis ones before that haven't hit.
Yeah. In fairness, I should have left out the in hindsight, I should have left out the Lions and the Cats, but more so the Lions because it's a grand final rematch. It was played in fucking Melbourne.
Yeah.
It was going wire to wire. Like, that game was going to be close regardless. You know what I mean? So a smart better jots that down in his little ledger and remembers not to do that in the next one, and that's why we will have in the back of the book of Eli there will be like a little
like an annexure.
Like, there'll be a fucking there'll be like a notepad. But this week I'm going.
So ready to redeem yourself this week, bro. What do you got?
By not heeding my advice once again. But
for sure. And just for the record, your record is the worst out of us three. 11 and 12.
Yeah, right.
11 wins, 12 losses.
So I'm about even.
Yeah.
So you'd be happy with that over a season worth of punting.
For sure. So what do you got this week, bro?
Yeah.
Ned's Bet Tech.
Yeah, Ned's Bet Tech brought to you by Ned's, obviously. Manly Sea Eagles playing the West Tigers. See, this is one where you like, look at that and you're like, fuck me, can't like Manly is. But then it's just one of those.
It's like it's that short. It's
It's
a perfect example of the Noah Lyles we spoke of.
Exactly,
recently.
man.
It's like, why would you even throw money on it? You're going to get fuck all back.
And I believe my direct comment after you posted it was, watch this fucking spectacularly fail.
Yeah, just like you spectacularly failed at rocking up at 5:30 this Saturday. But back to Baltimore, I tipped the Tigers against South last week.
Me too, bro.
And so this is why I'm weary about this. But luckily, now that we're getting paid a corporate dollar, it doesn't fear me as much to put these bets on. If it was my actual money, like my hard-earned money, Mr. Jerry
not
money.
sponsored money.
Yeah, unsponsored money, then I probably wouldn't put this bet on, but I still do believe in it. But anyway, Manly versus Tigers paying $1.20 into Swans versus the Crows, only because, fuck, the Crows just suck, man. And Sydney are on an absolute heater. So you put paying $1.33. So you put those two together.
They really come away in that game on the weekend against Essendon, didn't
Yeah.
they? They were like sort of
They're
little
so
bit,
good, man.
and then last quarter they just
They'll win the flag, bro.
Yeah.
They'll win the flag, yeah. $1.62 that pays, so 12 cents above the minimum. So you throw
Is Sydney?
Nice, bro. You've gone from a $6 shot to a fucking
well, it is the premise of the bet tech is this is meant to be a lock. So
Correct. Yeah.
I think some weeks we forget.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what we're meant to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's meant to be the smartest. It's meant to be the
Your
smartest
bet of the week.
Smartest bet of the week that gives you the most value.
yeah, or the best chance to
best-
make money.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, $1.62 when you multi those two together. So throw a fucking nice unit on that.
Yep.
And that'll give you a pretty little fucking payday.
Very nice, bro. Well, yeah.
And take your ex-missus out to dinner.
Accountability on my front for last week, which is, I guess you would say positive accountability. So mine, it was a 3-leg multi EPL. As we mentioned before, I had Man U in there, which was looking very shaky. But, they got the win 1-0. Arsenal 2-0. And then Newcastle also won. I think that was either 2-1 or 1-0. Don't quote me. But 3-leg multi, that hit at $2.47. My record, 16-8, boys.
Nice, bro. That's sick.
Which is like, I'm not really a noted punter. You know what I mean? So
I know, and that's the way it works too.
Yeah. And also, that was what we said at the start. Like, we want to do bets we feel super confident in.
Yeah.
So we can chuck high value on and just keep this record. Like, you're putting your name on it. Really, is the reason for these bets. We weren't doing it off value. We were doing it off the record of how many can you get right? How many can you get not right?
And to pad all of our backs simultaneously, we all have put, these $6 quote unquote shots on. Like we've hit on $3, $4 sort of, whether it was legs or singles or 2-leg multi. So we haven't all just been skimping and going just over the $1.50 minimum as well. So
the price of petrol.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm on a little bit of a heater, you'd say. But this week, back to EPL. Probably going to get into that in the next couple of weeks. But, as I mentioned earlier, my recommendation for everyone for next week, Arsenal to score in both halves. And that is paying, bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, $2.60. So there is value in that.
Yeah.
So, just, on the weekend, they've got Aston Villa. So it might be a little bit of a tougher matchup next week. But, they've got heaps of guys in their squad that can score. Saka, Odegaard.
Yeah. What's
He-
that little fucking right mid? I forget it.
Yeah. So what's yours, Steve-O? What do you got? Do you want to give your accountability for last week? I can do it for you. You had...
No, I've got it.
You've got it?
I've got it.
Yep.
Don't you fucking worry.
Yep.
Any
Nice.
win over Steven, I like to, jot down in them.
It likes to have a paperback version of it.
Yeah, but it's also got a little biological footprint in my mind where I go, yes, motherfucker.
He's really dictatory in the way that, he preys on your demise.
Yeah, I love it, but I love it.
Yeah.
Been
I've
copping
never
that my
felt
whole
that with
life,
anyone
man.
else. I've never felt that with anyone else ever.
Yeah, the best
Yeah.
that never was.
I really want to see other people succeed, and even I'm happy to prop them up and be like, oh man, so good. There's a lot of psychologists who say your real friends when you tell them good news and they're real happy for you. And I'm with that with everyone. With Steve, I suppose you would tell me happy news, good news, I'll be happy for you. But when you told me bad news,
You're
I'm
more
also,
happy.
really happy.
You're happier.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. Where we at now, motherfucker?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I like that too.
Real competitive streak here between you and I, the Stevens. So
That's our gambling show.
Yeah.
Gambling with the Stevens.
you and I were quite close there on the Bet Tech history. I think we were you were 12, I was 11. I think you were 8, I think I was 9.
Are you talking with those sunnies? I don't know if you're looking at me or Steve.
Sorry, no, you and I.
Yeah,
you and I, Brando,
there or
the Bet Tech
thereabouts,
history.
for
Yeah.
sure.
And
Yeah.
you've gone on to a little heater. I've had a couple of losses, but had a famous win on the weekend. We not live recorded it. We recorded it. Should have went the Storm to win. I did have a confident feeling that they would win against the Penny Panthers, but trying to just get this odds built and to break the streak, I've just went with the stock standard plus 4.5 handicap for Storm. They won by 2 points, so it was an absolute shoe-in. This week,
What was that? $1.98. That was just an
$1.90,
even
yeah, it was
line.
$1.90 outright, which isn't too bad. This week I've decided to go with someone I've had a bit of an on and off relationship with throughout the year. I really like him. He really likes me. Then I don't like him. Then he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Then when I'm on him, he doesn't score. And then when I'm not on him, he scores. So bit of a love-hate relationship. But it's me and Dean Mariner for the Broncos.
Steve-O, can I ask you this, and you might not know, I think he's leading the NRL in tries scored for 2024.
Nah, he's not. He's third, I think.
Second or third, yeah. So
AKP's
AKP,
first. AKP's
Well,
first.
he's up there anyway.
He's
only
very up there, yeah.
by
yeah.
a couple. when he was scoring, was he playing on the sting? And when he's not scoring, was he playing in centre? Because I noticed this week he's playing in centre.
Yes, but that was the start of the season. He has now scored a couple times in centre. I feel like it was just that new position. He's trying to figure it out. And he has started to. So I'm a lot more confident now that we're going to sort of meet.
He's trialled and tested, you would say, in the
He's
centre
trialled
position.
and tested, yeah. And like, there was those
And the
times.
stars and stats show that he's a red hot chance this weekend.
And third fucking best try scorer of the season, and he's paying $2.25 to score against the Eels.
Yeah.
Like, tell me that's not fucking value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I can't tell you that because it is value.
It is value. And it's on the Neds app.
Correct.
Yeah.
It
And that's
is.
where I've put that fucking bet on. So if
Beautiful.
you're in the Neds group, you'll see that I put that bet on earlier today. You'll also see I put on my trading card roulette bet. And if you'd like to fucking know, over the weekend, my bets in the Neds group chat, I was up 36 units, thanks to also Punters Access. Wasn't only just me. My UFC bets and my NRL line bets. I did have a loss of 18 units. So I came out 18 units up on the weekend.
In
So
the plus.
yes. Now, for those that still don't quite understand it, if you make a unit $1, that means you're up $18 over the weekend. If you make a unit $10, that means you're up $180 over the weekend if you follow my bets religiously. If you got your big boy YSU
Jesus
pants on
crucifixes.
and you put $100 on each of those bets that I shared in the Neds Open group, you'd be up $1,800 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
Just a little shout out to
Playing
myself.
for the Jerusalem crucifixes, eh?
You'd own the fucking team.
Yeah, you own the team.
You're
Yeah,
not fucking
yeah,
playing, you're owning.
Yeah.
So that's my bet tech for the week, boys. Dean Mariner, me and him, I feel like we've gone through our little tumultuous relationship. We've worked a few things out.
Yeah.
We've gone to couples therapy, and I feel like we're on the same page now.
Couple
so,
of late nights out, you know.
oh, mate.
He's hooked up with her. You've hooked up with
him.
this bloke.
Yeah. And as
Yeah.
you're aware, like, you know, sometimes you're not always on the same page. You need a couple, like, deleted text messages and
Yeah.
phone searches just to really get on the same page and just really sort things out.
Yeah.
Which we have now,
Yeah.
and I feel like we're better than ever. So that's why I've made him my bet tech.
Yeah. Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And as always, Jack, all those prices that we just mentioned are subject to change. And
They are.
And you know where to find the T's and C's, on the
brother.
Neds website.
On the Neds website, baby.
We had some other stuff up there, but I think I'm pretty happy with that, eh,
that
boys?
might be- the only last little thing I'd like to shout out, unfortunately, is
Oh,
to,
yes.
Black Caviar.
Yeah, kick the bucket.
Yeah, unfortunately, had a few complications on the weekend with the birth of her fifth or sixth foal.
Fucking hell, pumping them out.
Yeah, foal. Unfortunately, it was a colt. Didn't survive. They had, you know, obviously the best fucking vet
Oh,
in the world, as you're
Fucking oath.
full aware.
yeah.
Yeah, just had a few complications with blood loss, and unfortunately, yeah, was euthanised and passed away. Black Caviar is obviously one of the greatest racehorses the country's ever produced, and
Will be talked about till the end of time, Jack.
correct, yeah, up there with the likes of Farlap, Maccabi Diva.
But you know what
Winks.
they say, boys?
Heroes get remembered, legends never die.
And all good things must come to an end.
Wow.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.